mostly comments here on this Thursday, December 12th. We have somewhat of a mixed trade in the overnight session. Yesterday was pretty much of a downer yesterday, maybe on a few reasons. I think the trade's a little bit worried about what may happen with the trade talks going over the weekend as far as tariffs go. The newswires are talking about that the administration, Trump with his advisors, are going to meet today and talk about if there's going to be any type of increased tariffs on the Chinese. So maybe the trade's a little bit worried about that. We also saw where we had the meal deliveries. Then we also saw some profit taken coming into the soybean oil market. So I think all that combination kind of really weighed on the market yesterday. The trade was also on the negative side as well as far as money flow goes. They sold 4,000 wheat, they sold 16,000 corn, they sold 8,000 beans, they sold 4,000 meal, they sold 3,000 soybean oil. As of yesterday's close, we still have them long in the neighborhood of around 14,000 soft red winter wheat, but now short in the neighborhood of around 121,000 contracts of corn and neighborhood of around 72,000 in the beans. Still long the soybean oil of around 80,000 contracts, but short 50,000 soybean meal. It's also maybe interesting to note that the open interest and however you want to take it, as far as the preliminary goes, the open interest in the soybeans was down 26,000 contracts, while the corn was up 14,000 contracts. And as we mentioned, as far as maybe perhaps some of the liquidation coming in the soybean oil market, that was down 4,000 contracts as well. So we continue to remain in this trading range between, in our opinion, around roughly 880 to 970 in the beans, roughly around 365 to 410 in the corn, that being in the March, and 505 to 550 in the May wheat. The other thing is there will be export sales coming out here shortly, and we're looking at roughly around 200 to 450,000 tons of wheat, neighborhood of around 400 to 800,000 tons of corn, 500 to 1.1 million tons of beans. So obviously we need to go and kick up that pace, considering what we have as far as our three factors that we're looking at right now. Number one being what the USDA came out with, which is not very all that conducive as far as being a bullish factor. Number two, the politics, and once again, if Trump's going to go meet with his advisors right now, we're going to go and see what happens with that. And then number three, with South American weather. And it looks like the Brazilian weather still continues to be somewhat conducive as far as them getting their crops planted, and then the Argentinian weather seems like they're getting a little bit more rainfall coming in there, so there's no threat there as well. So as far as these trading ranges go, to go and come out of it on the top side and try and get the trade out of their net short positions, we're going to need those three things to come together, and it just seems to be status quo at this point in time. So other than that, those are my opinions, not of ADM or ADMIS. I thank you.